Prem Sooryoday Guru Maharaj ki Jai Ho. Jai Sitaram, dear devotees. Swagatam. Welcome back to Sooryoday, your Thursday morning simulcast on radio and TV Jaagriti with your truly Shiva Janak Maharaj. Beautiful morning it is here in the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, dear devotees. And today we have a very interesting topic that many of you may be very interested in learning more about. Have you ever asked yourself, is there a user manual for life? Is there some sort of instructions to guide us how to live a life that will be very successful and where we will enjoy all that there is to enjoy in this beautiful life that we have been blessed with? And of course, many times when people ask this, as a pundit, the answer is yes. There is a user manual. There are instructions of how to live such a successful life. But you must learn about them and you must put them into practice. And so this morning, dear devotees, we will know the question as to if is there a user manual for life. Bhagwan Shri Krishna in Srimad Bhagavad Gita chapter 4, he explains that life is a series of experiences filled with activity and inactivity. Activity and inactivity. Activity can be divided into karma and vikarma. Karma and vikarma. By now, many of you would know that karma refers to action to be done, actions that should be done, and the vikarma are the actions that should be avoided. So he mentions that there are karmas that we should perform and there are vikarmas that we should not perform. So therefore, there are instructions. And if we think about them, you say actions to be done are the ones that we need to actually concentrate on making sure that we do perform. And those actions are divided into three types, such as nitya karmas, naimittic karmas, and kamya karmas. Those are the actions that have to be performed and should be performed, their devotees, that we should perform in order to have such a life. And these actions contribute to an individual's spiritual evolution, and they are all part of our karmas, their devotees, our spiritual evolution on our journey to Bhagwan. And so, to explain a little of these, as each one of them can take a very whole yagna to explain, we touch on them so you have an idea of what are the things that you should do and perform. And so we start firstly with nitya karmas. In your nitya karmas are those duties done on a regular basis for oneself and for the family. Those constitute your nitya karmas. These are obligatory duties of your everyday life, such as taking care of your family members, providing them with food, shelter, clothing, etc. Educating your children is part of your nitya karmas. Taking care of your parents when they are aged is part of your nitya karmas, and so on. All these form part of your daily routines and duties that you should perform. Also part of this on the spiritual side of things are the yagnas or the sacrifices known as the Panch Mahayagnas. Yes, devotees, Mahayagnas, great sacrifices that one should perform. And these will include the Rishi Yajna, Deva Yajna, Pitri Yagna, Bhuta Yagna, and Manushya Yagna. And your Manushya Yagna, service to man. Your Bhuta Yagna, service to the creatures, the lower life form, the plants and animals, so forth. Pitri Yagna, sacrifices on behalf of your ancestors. Deva Yagna, sacrifices on behalf of the celestial beings. And Rishi Yagna, which is you perform by reading and learning more of your scriptures. Those are the instructions that devotees you get from that Rishi Yagna, which is also known as Brahma Yagna or Veda Yagna, where you get that gyan, you get that knowledge of how to live a successful life, their devotees. And so all these are part of your daily life. This is how you serve Bhagwan's creation. So you serve the creation, and when you serve the creation, you are serving their creator, their devotees, by doing on to others. You are serving Bhagwan's creation, their devotees. So these Panch Mahayagnas, we serve the creator through his creation in every form and fashion, their devotees. Those yagnas, those sacrifices are part of how you should perform your nitya karmas. And so, dear devotees, let us enjoy a beautiful bhajan now, a song of someone performing their nitya karmas and offering all to Bhagwan, dear devotees. When you do your nitya karmas, you sing to Bhagwan, you offer all to him, you perform puja to him through doing your duties, dear devotees. Let us enjoy. Prem se bolo Shri Krishna Bhagwan ki jai ho. Prem se bolo Shri Krishna Bhagwan ki jai ho. Jai Sitaram, dear devotees. Swagatam, welcome back to Sooryoday. And this morning we are discussing the user manual of life. How do we know what to do, what not to do? And so far we have discussed those nitya karmas that you should perform. And now the other type is called naimitic karmas. Naimitic means produced or caused by any or some particular cause, be it occasional or special, dear devotees. And so these are occasional or special actions that you perform. And the example is given. For example, even though a business prepare or monitor their income and expense on a daily they do it, like those daily duties that you have, that we have discussed thus far as part of your nitya karmas. Just as that, at the end of the year, they prepare an elaborate income and expense statement, dear devotees. Similarly, even though we prepare dinner every day, the dinner prepared on festivals such as Deepavali, dear devotees, is even more special, as we all are accustomed to that here in Trinidad and Tobago. We know of cooking up a very big feast for Deepavali time, for Diwalis, dear devotees. And so, likewise, this is true of worship as well. In performing your worship, this is true. We perform certain forms of worship every day. In your nitya karmas, you light your diya, you offer your jal, etc. You pray to Panchadevatas, and likewise, you chant repeated names of Bhagwan all the time. But even in temples, worship is offered to Bhagwan 3 times a day. All these are parts of your nitya karmas. But however, on special occasions, such as Shivaratri, and Ekadashi, and full moon, and Amavasya, and the Ashtami Tithi, so forth, they have special occasions, their devotees. Special prayers and rituals are performed, just as you require special food on special days, and so forth. Therefore, dear devotees, God requires this special kind of worship that we should perform on these special occasions. So that's one type of your naimitic karmas, those special occasions. And when you perform them, dear devotees, you perform them with all your love and devotion to Bhagwan. It's part of the things that you should do, the naimitic karmas. And the naimitic karmas also constitute actions such as rendering help during times of natural disasters, etc. When natural disasters, flooding, earthquake, as we see so much happening in and around the country and the world, dear devotees, when these occasions arise and you lend a hand in helping someone financially or otherwise, you are performing naimitic karmas due to the cause of the natural disasters, etc. And finally, naimitic karmas are also constituted by actions such as the samskars that you should perform. They are 16 samskars. There are 16 samskars that one should perform: prenatal, until the day that we leave this mortal coil, dear devotees. And each one of them, if you have to do a samskar for conception, that cannot be done later in your life. That has to be done when you are in that time, you're ready for that. So in those specific times, those specific cause, dear devotees, your Antishti Samskar has to be performed when you have died. You cannot perform that at any other time. And so likewise, all the other Samskars, they have their specific times, special times that they should be performed. And these are also considered Naimitic karmas, dear devotees. One of the main Naimitic karmas that we perform, dear devotees, is that of Satnarayan Vrat Katha. So let us enjoy this beautiful bhajan for Satnarayan Swami, speaking of his Vrat, dear devotees, his fast that we perform most of the times on the full moon day and other days in our tradition, our parampara. Prem se bolo Shri Satnarayan Swami ki jai ho. Prem se bolo Shri Satnarayan Swami ki jai ho. Jai Sitaram, dear devotees, Swagatam. Welcome back to Sooryoday with your Shri Pandit Shiva Janak Maharaj. Dear devotees, this morning we are discussing the user manual for life. What are the things that we should do? And we have discussed thus far Naimitic Karma, we have discussed the Nitya Karmas, your daily obligations, your daily duties, Naimitic duties, when special occasions arise that you perform, their devotees. And now, finally, for this morning, we discuss your Kamya Karma. And that Kamya Karma, their devotees, means optional. And so, that optional worship that you do is for kamya, for desires. When you have specific desires, you perform the kamya karmas for realizing or achieving those specific blessings, dear devotees, of your desires that you may have in your life. For example, one of the best examples of this kamya karma, or wanting to fulfill a desire, dear devotees, is given in Ramcharitamanas. Bhagwan Sri Ram's, his father Pitaji, Raja Dasarath, when he became very worried that he didn't have any issues, he didn't have any putras, any sons, he was advised, dear devotees, by the great rishis and munis that he should perform that known as Putra Kamishti Yagna, dear devotees, that Putra Kamishti Yagna that he was supposed to perform is to give him that blessings of a putra, a son, a child, dear devotees. And so that's a very good example of having a desire for a child, and by performing this yagna, this is an example of kamya karma, dear devotees, actions that we perform to gain some desire. And so, dear devotees, there are many other vrats that one can perform to get various blessings, be it health, wealth, strength, whatever. Kamyas, whatever desires that you may have in your life, these can bless you. In this particular video, we see, I have a little video clip for you to show how performing this very popular vrat of the Sola Somvar vrat that many have performed for many various reasons, for begetting children and otherwise, their devotees. Enjoy this video with a short song at the end praising this particular vrat, the Sola Somvar vrat, or the 16th vrat. Umapati Mahadev ki jai. Umapati Mahadev ki jai ho. Jai Sitaram, dear devotees, Swagatam. Welcome back to Sooryoday. As we saw in that beautiful clip there from a movie, dear devotees, when Parvati Devi, she wanted that relationship with her son once more, Kartikeya Bhagwan, she performed her Sola Somvar Vrat. So she had a desire, she had a wish to have that relationship, a good relationship with her son Kartikeya, and so she performed the Vrat, Sola Somvar Vrat, with that desire in mind. And Bhagwan Shiv, he appeared, their devotees. So she was advised by Narad Muni to perform, just as many of you, when you have your desires to get over some problem, or for wealth or health or strength or whatever. You come to the Pandits, they give you your vrats to perform, but that desire to be gained, their devotees, to be achieved, and so you perform it with all your love, devotion, and of course Bhagwan listens, their devotees. So this is your Kamya Yagna. So these three types of yagnas, their devotees, as we recap, your Nitya karmas, your Naimitic karmas, and your Kamya karmas. When you perform them, you are evolving spiritually towards Bhagwan, their devotees. They are all part of your things that you should do and can do and you have to do. So your Naimitic and your Nitya karmas, you do according to the situations, their devotees, and you have your Kamya karmas by choice, like your yearly pujas in many homes. When you do your pujas at home, you ask for thanks for Bhagwan and you ask for some blessings of Kamyas, of desires, and you are blessed with them. So these are some of the do's for living a successful life, dear devotees. As we began, we said that life is a series of experiences filled with activity and inactivity, as Bhagwan Shri Krishna tells us in chapter 4 of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. And activity is divided into karma and vikarma. Karma are actions to be done. Vikarmas are actions that should be avoided. And we have explained all that you should do in the three forms of your karmas: Nitya, Naimitic, and Kamya karmas, dear devotees. Your actions that you should perform. May you perform these with all your love to Bhagwan, dear devotees, and may He bless you. As we leave you this morning, we pray Om Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityurma Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om.